Hello and welcome to Wine Vault TV. I'm Jason, your host, and I haven't done one of these for a while. It's been kind of left to the Whammo show whilst I've been doing other content, but I do promise, and I often make and break these promises, that I will continue to make these videos, hopefully with a bit more frequency than I have been of late. Also it's because I've been doing some various other projects for myself and other people, but this is the wine that we're going to deal with today, Viognier 2010 from THE, or Terrace Heights Estates. And Steve Hammond, the proprietor, sent me these, so they are sample bottles that I've sourced. Viognier in New Zealand, well, certainly for me, I find always out of balance, it's always too hot. And it's been very, very rocky road for Viognier in New Zealand for me. They tend to be high alcohol, 14, 14.5, 15, 15.5, in that fairly broad spectrum that is left with a lot of heat at the back end. And I just feel too hot. I don't find any food complementary to the wine rather than the wine being complementary to the food. It's there, out there on its own, and I'm sure as we learn how to handle these grapes and the vines in the vineyard and then treat them in the winery, that things will change over the next 5 or so years, and we'll become accustomed to making it lower in the alcohol and getting a much more kind of imbalanced wine. So now this is slightly chilled, but ironically at room temperature. Currently going through a very cold snap, and it's the first time, even though I still consider mid-April to be summer, slightly delusional I know in many people's books, but it was very chilly. But anyway, here it is. So you get a light citrus lemon hay colour, and what you do get is you get this, I almost get a sweet prosciutto, slight savoury almond aspect on the nose. Plus a bit of stone fruit in there as well. You get a luscious, very luscious almond guava, quite full-bodied, bit of lychee. For me, it's the wine that, it's almost Alsace with its body and its texture and its stone fruit characters. It's almost it's got beautiful aromatics. It's quite full-bodied. You get a certain amount of oiliness, usually on the palate. And I've got to say, despite what I'd said earlier about it being out of balance, back again. As they're just about to stop making, or they have decided to stop making, flip cams. So, and I shan't be in the market for a new one. But getting back to this, it's not out of balance. It's not hot at the end. It's perfectly in balance, and this is not a chilled white wine. It's only down to room temperature, which is probably currently about 16 degrees, maybe 18 degrees. But it does have that luscious, full-bodied palette that you're seeking in your Viognier. Usually from Condrieu, make excellent examples at Yolumbra in the Barossa, and I'm now finding a few more wineries here in New Zealand that are making superb examples as well, and this would be in my top 5 Viogniers in the country right now. But given that there's such a limited amount of wineries doing it, I would like to see a few more. It's an exciting grape. The only problem and the real hindrance to the grape is that people feel intimidated about actually saying the word Viognier. I hear a lot of different pronunciations, so hopefully it's a grape of the future for New Zealand, a bit like Grüne Veltliner and some of these other exciting white varietals that are grown. Anyway, adios, and I'll catch you next time on Wine Vault TV.